handled very delicately. I am now awake in my bed. What a strange dream. I feel useless. When I had morphine-induced dreams, I felt a strong desire to dream again. Now I feel great fear. No panic. I am not worthy of this strangeness. The horrible things I did to John and to myself while I was a morphine addict are inexcusable. I am not deserving of such an honor. Even with all the haziness and turbulence of my emotions, I feel something positive in me. It is a kind of understanding. I know that I would not have been given these messages if I could not effect a change. A strange sense of peace has come over me. I only hope that my dread at being a part of something I don't understand doesn't overwhelm me. That brilliant moon. Never could I have imagined one so bright. It must be twice as bright as Earth's. The lovely turquoise color gives me peace. There is one fading memory from my dream, prophecy, or whatever sort of message it was that I received. I sense that these beings are leaving the lovely planet they evolved on. They will now travel through space and feed on starlight. With the departure of the Luggeralites, the planet's electrical field will be changed. The Luggeralites have a great capacity to read minds and sense things from light years away, but the mind of any being on Luggero cannot be probed. Therefore, if a Metshi rogue were to go there, no Shegman or any other being with the ability to read minds would be able to read the rogue's thoughts. Chapter 21. Padma's Great Dejection. My loathing for humanity is so deep. I am dejected and isolated. Nobody on my world has ever understood the depths of my utter sadness. I suppose it is my fate that there can never be anybody to have empathy for me. As far back as my memory goes, over all these centuries of my life, loneliness and sadness have been my companions. Rarely have smiles been on my lips. Rarely have there been moments of solace, let alone happiness. I so desire to be held and understood. Intellectually, I know that forcing myself to be the queen of earth is wrong. I am so filled with tears and feel that I will die. I need someone to desire and care for me. All the centuries since my childhood have plagued me. The council members have always considered themselves very intelligent and have prided themselves on that. Yet look at what that has done for them. All my friends are forbidden to return home. If they do, they will be destroyed as unwanted rogues. On the other hand, since I was on a mission for the Alliance, I am told that I must return. Not only do I not recognize their authority, especially since they dissolved the council, but I don't trust that our two worlds will get along in the future. So above the mere wish and emotions that drive me to rule Terra, it seems reasonable not to return to a place with a very uncertain future. I doubt that they will come and fetch me. I can block them from finding me. I cannot take the chance of returning. I am a rogue. It is clear that ruling Earth is my fate. 2. I don't remember my father ever holding me. He never praised me, nor did he encourage me in anything that I did. He should have just ignored me. That would have been preferable to his cruelty. I vividly recall one morning when I awoke. My father was in my bedroom, yelling at the top of his lungs. It was my 8th birthday. They never gave me cakes and presents like the other children in my neighborhood. I was an only child. He began his ranting, while he hit me all over my body with his belt. You always sleep late. You are the laziest piece of shit I've ever known. I wanted your mother to abort you. She was always so intent on having a child. I hate her with a passion for bringing you into this world. You are a burden. I hate your mother for what she has done to me. You have ruined my life. I didn't want you to be born. I never wanted children. I thought I could grow to love you, but I loathe your ugly little body and puny abilities more and more every day. I should have killed you in your sleep years ago. You needn't worry about resisting my sexual advances any longer. You disgust me so much, I don't understand how I could ever have wanted to use you for my pleasure. Rest assured, my little pad, I want you to suffer and pay for having been born. I will make your life miserable. Your mental abilities will brand you as a lower than average Shegman. Why I agreed to sleep with your mother, a Metin, is beyond me. That goddamned alliance fooled me. I thought we'd have a better race, but it looks like you're a mongrel. Finally, the barrage stopped. My mother was running down the hallway toward my room, screaming for my father to stop. When she entered my room, my father punched her in the face and said, "You slut, go take care of this stupid mutt of yours. I've had enough of both of you. Why don't you both die?" Then he ran out of the room. 3. It is true that I didn't have much solace, but my mother did try. I suppose she was the only one who ever loved me. She held me gently in her arms on my bed. Her mind showed such empathy for me, and I know she felt my dejection and the pain that my father had inflicted on my soul and body. I had never felt so happy before. I thought it would last. It seemed that we were there in each other's minds forever. I had never felt so much peace and understanding from my mother until that day. There was hope in me. My mother was telelinking with me. She impressed in me thoughts of the two of us escaping my father together. 4. Just when I thought my mother and I had reached nirvana, my father broke into the room in a rage. My mind's ability to be telepathic was very limited. I was very young and had much developing to do. Yet the sense of sheer horror in my father's head was unmistakable. He picked up my mother. He was a very tall and muscular man, much larger than she was. He began throwing her against the walls of my room. I was so scared. I hid under my bed. It seemed to last forever. After a half-dozen times, I couldn't understand why my father was still slamming her around, as she wasn't screaming anymore. Most of my memories from that point on are vague. I know the authorities came in to save me from this madness. I also know that my mother died at my father's hands. A nice lady came soon after, and took me to a new home. After that, I was in and out of many foster homes for many years. Luckily, no one else beat or abused me. I was simply ignored. This state of events was the closest I ever came to happiness. Being forgotten was lonely, but at least then nobody was hurting me. V. Here I am now. Drosp has saved me. The prophecies of the drug are so fulfilling. I find solace in my visions. I have mastered its effects. I now have hope for my future. At last, I will have the adulation I have so much longed for and deserve. I will lift up the lonely folks of earth. Just as I was once isolated and forgotten, the emotionally needy people will come to me in reverence, as I am the only one who can understand them. It is a symbiosis. The humans will feel fulfilled by my greatness, and my past thirst for affection will be sated. I will also avenge the bullied. Many will fear me. My vengeance for my past tortures will at last be realized. The council will be paid back for creating the circumstances that led to my breeding. They will regret the horrors that my father inflicted upon me. The revered Andre will be destroyed. Chapter 22. Andre's session. There's a seat to your left, Andre, said Dr. Derabla. Andre sat down in the comfortable cushioned chair, folded up his cane, and placed it on the floor beside him. He then addressed the doctor. Thanks for seeing me, Dr. Derabla. It's not a problem, Andre. And you can just call me Steve. I have also marked the check you sent me as void. I told you that I wouldn't charge you, and that I was especially interested in meeting with you again. As you knew John personally, and Dr. Aguirre and I had such a history with John, I couldn't justify charging you. I should be paying you. No, Steve, of course not. I'm really in a fix, but I know you will listen to me. I had a strange vision last month. There weren't exactly any words, but there was an understanding concerning how to contact you. I'm so scared. After John and I met you a few times, I never had your contact information. I just went with him to see you. I'm sorry to see you so anxious, Andre. I never thought about taking your information. That's because I never thought I'd see you again after the few times we met together for sessions with John, after you were shown the proof of the aliens. I never met Marilyn either. Well, no matter, Andre. Marilyn has gone to Germany. She's been gone quite a while. She's married now, and her career over there is going well. So, what exactly can I help you with? As I said, I had a very disturbing vision. You'd call it a dream, I suppose. I woke up and had your email address in my head. I thought it was a bit crazy, but of course I remembered the aliens from the past. John never told me how to contact you. It's true, when the aliens introduced me to you and gave me the choice of returning to their planet or staying with John, I knew your name and Marilyn's. I knew then instantly the ordeal you went through with John. I suppose that a Shegnan mind can do that. Yes, Andre can.